cause?
North American Bird Watchers Association.
That looks like it. Who'd you vote for?
We heard that the right is that way, alt-right, neo-Nazis, so we don't know if they're marching to where they are or not. Let's get out of the way here. Let's get out of the way.
You think I'm a Nazi? I'm not. I don't want to do the stereotypical I have black friends, but I would like for them to know that, like, I have black friends.
You got white genocide or what?
White genocide? That's not a thing that's happening. The batting cages, where are they? Do what?
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you?
Who are you? Got him. A sign of solidarity right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Freeze. Slow motion that right there. Look at that. There we go. More than ever, you can see, why there's this divide.
Who did?
Huh? I don't know. I think it was the left. Some people got hit from there.
On their side?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're happy about that?
Well, they deserve it.
They deserve to die?
No, absolutely.
You just said they deserve to die. Why do you think they deserve to die?
They're the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
They have violently attacked our people. They have sent death threats to us.
So you think that those people deserve to die, is what you're saying?
I don't think so myself, sir, so let's move it.
I think so. That's my stance.
I sure don't think
That doesn't make sense. That's messed up.
Don't worry about that. I don't think so.
Yeah. Loser! Loser! Get him. Look at that loser! Loser! Who do you think's giving a better interview, me or this guy? Me.
Richard Spencer on this one. White supremacy would dictate that I want to rule over other races or that I want to, supreme over other races. I don't want to do that. Really, why I'm here is to give whites a voice.
Our president is white. Majority, 80% of the Senate, House of Representatives, their staff is white. So how is it that whites don't have a voice?
Black families, especially with kids, take up the majority of social services and welfare.
No, that's not a true statistic.
On average, more wars than I can count. They built.
I mean, black people were involved. Black people were involved in those wars.
They were 10% of the population. We did the majority.
Well, you just said there's a disproportionate amount of black people in our society. So 10% amount is representative of what they represent as far as the population goes.
It's our country.
It's white people's country?
It is. We conquered it. I don't want to hear anything about the Native Americans. We conquered them. This is ours now. We're not trying to kick anyone out, though.
You don't need to kick anyone out, but if you're taking away their voice, if a black person were to walk around today, they would have to constantly look over their shoulders because they're black. You had to look over your shoulder because you feel like you're representing something that provides tension. I would say that's the biggest difference between black people and white people and why things aren't equal today.
I'd say this is a little politically incorrect.
Yes.
Race matters. Race is real. IQ is real. The reason that you think blacks are oppressed, well, they have lower IQ on average. They engage in generally less successful behavior. And I'm not saying whites are the best. Asians have a higher IQ than whites.
I guess what I'd say is you know that race isn't genetic. There's not like a race chromosome.
Yes, there is.
There isn't.
What to you does IQ measure?
I've never heard anyone talk about an IQ test before as a measure of anything.
Right, and don't get me wrong, there's people with very high IQs who waste their potential. I consider myself one of those people because I was lazy in high school, didn't get into college, and here I am working entry-level jobs.
You said that your IQ is in the 99th percentile, but you're working entry-level jobs. There are African Americans in our society today that are millionaires, that are running big companies, that are lawyers. The argument you guys are making, this is our country. If you have people that have, in your words, lower IQs that are making something out of nothing, and what you're doing is you have a high IQ and you're working entry-level jobs, aren't black people help promoting the growth of the U.S.?
We love all people of all religions and faiths, but the thing is, we just don't want division. That's what we don't want, and that's where diversity tends to lead, is to that point.
You believe that you want to promote equality, but you want to keep things divided.
Well,
you feel that whites should have the main voice in our country.
Well, yeah, I think we should remain.
But isn't that the opposite of equality? What would you say that the Confederate flag represents? People being divided.
When he said, "I have a dream," the dream is not what most people think it is.
What was his dream then that you know of it?
His dream was was cultural Marxism spreading throughout all the country.
He didn't want black people to have equal rights.
No, he wanted them to have additional rights.
Additional rights. He just wanted them to be equal.
Their enemy is among themselves. Most of the crime.
So there's no people here that they're enemy of black people. It's themselves.
So
what you're saying is, so what you're saying is the Black Lives Matter, the enemy within Black Lives Matter is other Black Lives Matters members. It's not the neo-Nazis and white supremacists.
Homeland.
But this is a white person's homeland.
Well, if you look at the first immigration law, it restricted immigration to free white men very clearly. I think that was drafted sometime, in the late 1700s, maybe 1791.
So you're saying we should follow the laws of the 1700s?
I'm not from Charlottesville. I came down from Alexandria. I feel that if white people don't come out and say this is unacceptable to us, we can be seen as giving credence to the idea with our silence that we are somehow okay with it. I'm not okay with it. None of us should be okay with it.
What's your title?
President of Black Lives Matter, New York.
They're able to say to themselves, hey, I'm not doing something so bad because I'm not being racist. But if you get to the core beliefs of things, it is racism.
It's all racism.
You don't believe in black people, but you're a fan of the NFL. How's that? Do you not cheer when a black person gets an end zone? Because white people really aren't scoring. Can you kind of just talk about the hypocrisy behind their stance?
God is on the side of the oppressed. Moses led the slaves out of Egypt. You can't be a Christian and allow your brothers and sisters, regardless of their color, their pigment, their melanin, you can't allow them to starve. You can't allow them to live without health care.
Is white silence racist?
White silence equals violence.
I think what's important is to realize what happened here today. I mean, it's an act of terrorism. I think it's important that from here we move on in a way that we support one another, in a way where we stop being silent about things. We don't enable racist, ignorant behavior. Make these people feel uncomfortable with stating their ignorance. Make them feel uncomfortable with being overtly racist. Like, it should be embarrassing. It's just losers that are afraid of, in a way, competition. Like, they feel like their lives are very insignificant. No one is fighting to take away my voice or take away any of my rights. The neo-Nazis, white supremacists, they're fighting to take away their rights, fighting to take away their voice. I think it's important to know the distinction there. It hurts the argument. It just goes to show, like, the landscape of our society today, the type of environment that has been promoted and allowed, and if you're not doing something to stand up against it, then you are in fact enabling it. White people have the accessibility and the voice to be able to get the attention and have the power to actually make a real change. In order for us to stand together and make a real difference, we have to do more.